that fills the air. You
Well, I guess they wanted me to drop in. Here we go. We are the Harmonic Sounds of the Multiverse. And I'm dropping in for you today. I'm choosing to have more. I imagine that everyone is beautiful. Everything in life can pass on. Events and possibilities. Right here in front of your face. Tonight, we have guests Fletcher from the Dallas Academy. He's a master in his modalities and the things that he teaches across the multiverse. Here we go. We're going to go into this with beauty and poise. And we're going to listen to a little bit more of my song. Yes, I guess I'm a little spoiled. Here we go. I choose to have more love. There we go. I guess he didn't want to give us any more. So I'm going to introduce my girl, Queen Tierra. She's going to sing for us tonight as we go for it.
Okay. Love that surrounds me, love that lifts me, love that flows endlessly through me.
I choose to have more.
There we go.
Okay, this song is called Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel. I've been hearing this song the whole week. So here we go. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. When times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters, and I will lay me down. When you're down and out on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. When darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters, and I will lay me down. Sail on, silver child, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. if you need a friend. I'm sailing right behind like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your mind like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your mind. Yeah, yeah.
All right, Master Paul. I mean,
That was amazing.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm not singing. You guys probably would be going, "Woo!" Like, thank you, I need my wax clean. Yeah, put Paul in a room with two amazing talents like this. Not a good idea to ask me to sing. But I do have other talents. I
Yeah.
can share some wisdoms with your audience. Thank you, first of all, to both you ladies. Thank you, Pamela, for inviting me. And
Always.
I signed in, and she has written into the title of the Zoom that we're on, Conscious Manifestation Nuggets. So tells me that she was looking at some of the posts I've made on my social media accounts. And I've known Pamela probably about 8, 9 years, I'm guessing. And kind of spotty. We just chat here and there whenever there's a crisis, so to speak. And but in that journey, one of the things that I have always been on the journey of, literally since the age of 18, is I've been on the journey of discovery of why am I here? What's the purpose of life? How do we make life less suffering? And what's the enlightenment journey? What's this all about? Everything that goes along with that. And although I have known about manifestation and all of the colloquialisms connected to it, I can't say that I spent a lot of time really researching it and fleshing it out and trying to make sure I knew how to make it work. I was more interested in why am I here? What's the purpose of life? How do I stop the suffering? What's all this enlightenment stuff about? Spirituality, religious this. I probably, like everybody that will watch this, we've all researched the tarot and the numerology and astrology and picanology, right? We probably all did all the ologies. So I've been there, you've been there. And what that does is it helps us go, okay, got what I need out of that, next. Okay, got what I need out of that, next. And so that's been the history of my life. About roughly, I've trained under 3 enlightened masters. I'm leading up to the conscious manifestation nuggets, so hang in there to the listening audience.
Take your time.
But I was blessed to train under 3 different enlightened masters, not knowing that the first 2 were enlightened until I came across the third one. And that started when I was about 38 years old. I was at a point in my life where I was ready for a level up, and so got the message, go to Korea. So I went over there and ended up living in a dojo with a bunch of Koreans, basically in an office building, getting up at 3 a.m. and going to bed about 10 at night, and sleeping on the floor, living on the floor. There was one chair in the entire place, and it wasn't mine. So the white American who couldn't sit cross-legged was forced to learn how to live on the floor and sit cross-legged. So it was quite a wake-up call. And in training with these Koreans, they taught me how to open up the energy body. That was the first experience. And there was a master there named Susanim, which basically means teacher. And come to find out later that he was a fully enlightened being. And that was my first experience. I said, okay. And then a couple years later, I started training with a different master. I was kind of floating in between what to do next. I knew I needed another place on my journey, just didn't know where to go. Did my prayer, meditation, chatted with heaven, what's next? I saw a little ad in a local paper in the LA area. I was just driving through LA. I wasn't from there. I was living in Phoenix at that time. And And this paper was just chock full of 1,000 ads of everybody spiritual. It didn't matter. It was just one of those magazines that had everything spiritual. But in the
Right.
back was this little quarter-size ad, not that big, and this little lady in there, and she said a few cute things, but something about hers intrigued me. So I reached out, and she had a 3-day weekend. It was $3,600, and I had about $500 in my account. Said, "Hey, Mom, can you help me
Sound
out?"
familiar, Terry?
Look, I don't bother my mom too much, right? Maybe once every 3 years for money. She's like, okay. So mom paid for that. I had no clue what I was stepping into. And in that experience, that was when I had my first real experience that, oh shit, there is more to heaven than I ever thought. I had an experience. I
Mm-hmm.
had an experience in that class, two of them, technically. I'll take a minute to share them with you because they're profound. And that's what
Wow.
really made me go, wow, I should probably take this life quite a bit more seriously. And the first experience, and there was about 8 people in this session, big room. This little Asian lady, she came in, and one of the things she said she was going to do was called the 10,000 water crown chakra blessing. That's what it was called, 10,000 water crown chakra blessing. Like, okay,
Wow.
whatever, right? So I'm just sitting, and there she comes in, and she says, okay, everybody sit in your chair. So we're like not next to each other. We're in our chair. And she has this little, ding, and she turns
Oh,
on
I
this
love
light,
that.
this obnoxious music. I was like, really? Ding and obnoxious music? And we're going to get 10,000 crown chakra? Okay. So I'm sitting there. Okay, close your eyes. Great. Close my
Gotta
eyes.
open your mind. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
my mind was really busy analyzing everything. I was, and boy, she nailed me because I closed my eyes, and within maybe 20 seconds, I started feeling needles on the top of my head.
Yes. Oh
Not
my
one or two,
goodness.
like hundreds of needles.
I want to
And I
go.
opened one eye. I'm looking around like, anybody else feeling this? Am I imagining this, right? And it just kept coming and kept coming. So I'm closing my eyes, and I'm like, okay, this is uh this is strange. I'm just sitting in the strangeness, and it intensified. And it's like, okay, now they're adding fire to the needles, and now there's not 100, there's 1,000. My head was literally on fire, but no, 1,000 needles. I mean, it was insane. It was at the point where I was ready to jump out of the chair in pain.
Yeah.
That's how physical it was. There was nobody near me. She was sitting over the floor about 10 feet away. Her eyes were closed, right? And I was feeling this. It was undeniable. A physical experience, no touch, nobody around me. My third eye wasn't open at that point, so I couldn't see anyone if they were poking me. Uh, so finally, she dinged it, and then it kind of faded away after about a minute. And just, I was freaked out. I was probably about 40 years old at that point, and I was like, shit. This lady says she's a master. I believe it because it was all about questioning things at that point. But at that moment, I was like, let me find out a little bit more about this. What this woman's all about. In her room, she had these different Kuan Yin things, and she was all about Buddhism because she came from China. I hadn't studied much of that at that time. We're still in a 3-day weekend.
Okay.
Next thing she has is, she did a few other things, and they were kind of cute and neat. And it was like, okay. And she would do something called soul travel. Now, everybody's heard of soul travel. I've heard of soul travel. Everybody who doesn't know about soul travel. Doesn't mean I'd done it. But she said
Yeah, there you
she was
go.
going to take us there. I'm like, okay, what the heck? We'll give it a shot. I got no clue. We'll give it a try. So once again, she comes in the room. Ding. Fortunately, no crazy music this time. We're all still sitting in our, little high chairs, a couple feet apart from each other. And okay, close your eyes. Great. So I close my eyes and expecting nothing. I'm expecting I'm going to be snoring for 10 minutes, right? So I close my eyes, and when I come out, basically, which is only 10 minutes, when I come out, my memory is crystal clear. And what I experienced was in this soul travel, I awoke, if you will, at the edge of a creek, a stream, and I was surrounded by these tall, beautiful, golden-like cliffs. And I got up and I walked about 15 feet or so, and there was a circular spire, two steps, layers of circular spire, and in the middle was like a taller pillar, and that was the Chinese master was standing there. I was, shorter than her because she was on this pillar, and I, in this soul travel, bowed to her, which was very unfamiliar to me. I had not done that in the physical, and here I am doing this, in the soul travel. So then I ended up walking away, and people were walking by. It was like a little village, and in the semi-distance there was the tall cliffs with caves built into the sides. It was kind of a goldy, shimmery thing, and the people were saying hello, welcome, but they weren't opening their mouths. I could hear it clearly. And that was 3 or 4 different people. So then I did something over there, I forget, and I kind of got a message, walk back. So I walked back to the same pillar area, and there was Kuan Yin there. Goddess Kuan Yin. That's somebody that might not know. She's the one with the 8 arms, 16 arms, 1,000 arms. You see the images. So this Kuan Yin, I looked like about 16 arms, like 8 on each side, right? And she was holding different fa chis, different spiritual instruments in each hand. And one of her hands, she opened it and unfurled it. And in her palm was a purple sphere, like a little purple marble.
Wow.
And it was iridescent. And the message was, take it. So I picked it up, and I'm like, what is this? And she just smiled. That was it. And then I kind of heard, that's all I can say is I heard, and I went back and sat down. It's like done, right? So I'm back and sat down, and I hear the ding, okay, return. Again, my eyes, I'm like, holy shit, was that me? What just happened, right? That was the second profound experience, each of them roughly 10 minutes. And I knew at that moment I was with the real master, right? Her name is Master Chinyin, for those of you that want to research her out, Quinyin. So she taught her process through Qigong, and this is the second series of me doing a further awakening process. So she basically assisted me to further awaken. I ended up serving her organization for a couple of years out of Hawaii, and eventually got to the point where I needed more spiritual food for my brain, because I understood what she was doing, and I understood how she helped people to heal them from incurable diseases. She had her way in her process, and through talking through her previous business partner, he spoke English and Chinese. I was able to understand generalities about her and her spiritual development and her story, but her English was very broken, so I never got the spiritual food. I got the experience, but know how to get there.
That's why there's teachers for each development, each layer.
So I knew that there was another one waiting. I just didn't know how or when. So
can't stay with one teacher.
Years later, I still work with this teacher. His name is Dr. and Master Shah. And then the fourth teacher came along about 3 years ago, Master R.J. Spina. And I do recommend people refer to him, because I'm going to talk about some of the wisdoms he's brought forth today. He brought forth quite a few things related to conscious manifestation. And Dr. Master Shah basically helped me to understand that power can be transmitted to others. So I have healing authorities, extraordinary healing authorities.
Yes, you do.
It blows me away every day. I got a pretty picture behind me here. I sit here and follow the lines for 10 minutes, asking it to help somebody's pain go away, and their pain goes away. Explain that logically, right? You just can't go there. But the authorities cause that healing to occur. No time to explain it today. So anyway, Dr. Master Shah, I still train with him. He's just a phenomenal being. Highly recommend everybody go see who he is. So today, why am I here? Why I've been asked to be here? I don't know. Pamela's your Pamela, but she wanted me to talk. So I just kind of checked in. Okay, what can I do and how can I approach this? I'm kind of winging it, but I do know what I'm talking about. So when I say,
oh my goodness, you are hitting. You know what? That thing you said that happened with a lady. What's her name? You said her name is Master
Chinyin.
Yes. Yeah. Well, 2 days ago, I was sitting in my job, and that same thing happened to me. Well, while I'm driving, sometimes it happens to me, but it doesn't happen to me to the degree that it happened to me 2 days ago. And I'm telling you, I was on fire. Like, I mean, you have no idea. My whole head, and I was like in the zone, in the tune. So we haven't talked really since me and you
Right.
haven't talked. There's been so many developments with my spirituality to the part where I've been contacted by several species of our ancestors, and they're all around me, like
At all
I'm
times.
I'm in a kingdom.
Yeah,
And
at all times.
and with that being said, I have protectors like everywhere. So today, that day I was like telling you it was burning, and I was sitting there and I was telling my coworker, I said, my head is on fire. It feels like I have 1,000 needles. Do you feel that? And they're looking at me like,
It's Pamela doing that thing again.
Yeah.
Being weird again. If they can only
I
see
go out there and I walk around the building and things happen. They really freak out sometimes. But
yeah, and this is the thing. We are in a very unique time with our innate human capabilities, which have been significantly suppressed, they're breaking free. And so we have far more senses than the five, and the five are what have kept us individually and collectively thinking that if I can't see it, feel it, touch it, taste it, then it must not be real.
I saw colors I've never seen before recently.
And this is because they're always there. All layers of all frequency and all creation is all around us at all times. There is no time when it is not all around us, but our ability to perceive it is significantly restricted by our personal vibration and the tamping down of our vibration.
And the more higher we keep it, the more we can see, because we're not looking from our normal eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the subject matter that I was asked to talk about today is about conscious manifestation nuggets.
Thank you.
How do we dial that in with where we're headed? My whole journey, as I mentioned, has been on the awakening path. And in that awakening, what I have come to understand is that everyone and everything is all part of the one source whole. We've heard how many times, 1,000 times at least, that all is one, everything is one. You're one with me, I am one with you, we're one with everything. And yet, the teachings, the programming that we come in with is separation. The agenda by the dark side, which, by the way, source created dark and light, is very simply for the purpose of experience. That's everything boils down to source, experiencing source. We are a piece of source, experiencing source on behalf of source. I mean, that's
enjoying source.
It's just if you want to know what we're here for, that's what it is. I am a piece of source, experiencing source on behalf of source. No, you're Paul. No, you're Pamela. No, that's just the body you chose to be in, but you're really a piece of source, experiencing source on behalf of source. And we get so caught up in the body, we get so caught up in the experience, so caught up in the five senses, that we struggle and we suffer and we get stuck in a relationship and we're unfulfilled because the programming taught us love is outside of us, solutions, everything's outside of us. So the teachings, the programmings, the darkness that has its agenda, which is to cause us to
suffer.
Suffer.
Yes.
It's to keep us from being the light that we are.
Right.
Literally, the darkness cannot survive without the force energy. And that's what we are, like the Matrix says, we are the battery cell, so to speak, for the dark. But they do that by keeping the entirety of humanity fighting each other.
Right. I still believe, though, that in the program of sabotage, suffering is a major line by itself. If they don't get you to plug into the suffering icon, is it an icon or is it an app? I would like to know that. You know, because in this mechanism of our real DNA, this real computer that people don't get, that
But
the
Pamela, what
major,
is suffering?
yeah,
What is
it's the,
suffering?
yeah.
Suffering is
They
is
want you to
is an
start, they want you
inside
to get
job.
used to, they think that you feel when you're suffering, you're accomplishing something.
No, not at all. Not,
Yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah,
the that's the
because
mechanism that's
because
yeah,
that boils
destroying.
down to that leads straight to the
yeah,
manifestation because that boils down to me,
yeah.
I.
Exactly.
Attachment, identification to
Yes.
the mind body process.
But
So
they have
our
tricked the
entire
people in the
life,
church. In the church, they've
yeah.
tricked the people.
Mhm.
You know, in different organizations, they've tricked the people to think if you're not giving up something, you can't get. You have to be
And
last. You know, like in college, you had to be jumped in or whatever. They want you to be jumped in.
Yeah.
You know,
You got to earn that right. Yeah. Yeah, you got, everything. This is the thing that I've come to terms with in terms of the simplicity of how do we stop suffering and how do we start consciously creating a life that's free of suffering.
yeah,
And the suffering is entirely because of a belief that the problems and the solutions are outside of us.
mhm,
right?
When in actuality, everything is an inside job. We
yeah,
literally create from the inside out.
yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I've heard from multiple teachers. I heard from Master Sha about a year ago, specific to manifestation, and he said, "You're projecting." And I'm like, "What the hell does that mean? You're projecting?"
Mm-hmm,
And
Yeah.
it makes so much more sense now. But if you think about it,
yeah.
if if all of us are within Source Creator, which we all are,
Mm-hmm,
and if all possibilities of Source Creator are happening all at once in all
mm-hmm,
frequencies, which it
yeah.
is, and we are one fractal, one little light bulb somewhere within that entirety of Source
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm,
says, um, I want to experience something over here in the sixth vibration, then we are
Exactly.
doing that. I
Mm-hmm.
want to experience something over here in the third vibration called Earth. We can do
mm-hmm,
actually both at the same time because our soul is not limited by one experience.
right,
Mm-hmm.
So we can be here and
Because
we
we're
can be
from the
there.
multiverse. Because we're from the multiverse. Because we're
Yeah, but that's literally where we're at. We're not literally here.
that's what I'm saying.
we're everywhere.
We're
So
sort of here.
we're
We're
everywhere at the
everywhere.
same time. And once we learn that art,
Yeah.
it's like, okay,
Uh-huh.
But the reality is, we're here.
Yeah.
yes,
And what we want to do is master this.
right,
Mm-hmm.
So we
right.
Yes.
can know
It's a
all
master.
that. But in order to
Yes.
master this, we have to know it, but not spend time in it. We can
Right.
Right.
go there
Right.
once we master this.
Being
So we
here
can
now.
know that we're in multiverse. We can know
Mm-hmm.
that suffering is a result of trying to find solutions externally, when in
Yes.
actuality, the problem that was created, or the problem that we're experiencing, or the suffering we're experiencing, is
Yes.
only suffering because of our perception
Perception.
and the programming of how we're analyzing it.
Yep.
If we actually go, I created this experience for
Mm-hmm.
myself,
Mm-hmm.
and if I actually witness that, if I acknowledge it, then I can simply turn around. Why did I create that for myself?
Mm-hmm. What am I
Then
teaching
I
myself?
can convert the suffering to a gain, and I can fix it, not externally. This is the other mistake. We all
Right.
try to solve things externally. I need an additional $2,000. So the process is get more hours, work
Mm-hmm.
harder, save money for 7 months, save the 2,000, then take care of that what you ever need. That's the mental outside process. The
Yep.
suffering that goes along with it. Oh, I got to work hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. How am I going to ever
Absolutely.
get there? And then you're all the way there, and then the brakes fail. Okay, that's 1,000 gone out of 2,000. Let's start over, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's all external approach.
Yeah.
The awakened one, the
Absolutely.
one that understands conscious manifestation, says,
Mm-hmm.
no, okay, $2,000, great.
Mm-hmm.
I will go within. I
Mm-hmm.
will go to the wish fulfilled, so to speak. I don't like using the wish, but people understand it simply.
Yeah.
The wish fulfilled consciousness. I spend time in that. I
Yeah.
fully let it go, which is the other thing I'll talk about. And in the fully letting it go, That means letting go of the how and the when.
Mhm.
And do I do nothing? Do I just sit on my laurels and just hope it lands in my lap? No.
No.
I will still do actions that are physical world that have the
In
propensity to
alignment.
bring that to me, but I have no agenda of how that 2000 arrives. I
Right.
didn't place a limitation on it that it can only arrive this way.
Right. Right.
I held the vibration that it was already here. I'd already spent it. That issue where I needed it was resolved, and I spent time in the happiness of it already being resolved. Now I'm just waiting for it to arrive. Now, how do I do the necessary steps to assist it in whatever way is possible? I simply do things that are in alignment with
In
what
alignment
makes
with it.
me most happy, most joyful, most
Yeah.
um, in support of what is uplifting to me. And
Yeah.
that might look like work, that might look like going for a walk. But as long as I'm following alignment, meaning not doing something that's suffering based, then I am in alignment. So
Mhm.
co-creation is the number one thing is moving from I have to do it by myself, which is literally
Right.
95% of the world, and that's where the
Right.
suffering comes from, to I am doing this with God. But that has what's been the big lie. Nobody realizes we are co-creators. We're a fractal of source creator. God said,
Right.
I'll give you all of my empowerments. You just make the request and get out of the way. I'll do the rest.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it's that simple. But we get so stuck in, well, okay, I made the request, but it's not here yet. And so we end up screwing up the gap of time between request and arrival
Right.
because we don't know how to deal with this thing called time. What we fail to understand is from the moment of our, and literally from the moment of the birth of our soul, we have been creating for billions and billions of
Yeah.
whatever we've been creating. We're creating before we got here, we'll be creating after here. The moment this physical body ends, we can instantly manifest a waterfall. We can instantly be wherever we want to be. We could do that just before we got here. And actually, we can do that here. That's why Jesus can walk
Mhm.
on water. That's why Buddha can manifest whatever in his hand. All that's
Mhm.
possible for any human being. What
Mhm.
separates it is this gap called time.
Mm.
Time is a third dimensional experience exclusively.
Mhm.
So it's not something exclusive on any of the other dimensions. It's just to this
Just to
experience
this
here.
one.
And
Yeah.
so what we have to do in order to be a conscious manifester is to um, manage that time frame in such a way where we don't screw up our request and
Mhm.
find a way when we make the request to trust that it will arrive because we've been programmed our
Mhm.
whole life that God's outside of us. Everything has to go through a middleman, that we have to do ABC. We have to have
Mhm.
this special instrument before it'll work. We have to have this special toilet paper done a certain way. Heaven forbid we do it just right,
You
right?
are hitting it. I love it. I love it. Keep
I mean,
going.
it's all programming, but ultimately, if we simply make the request, and it's not even a request, because if
Right.
you actually understand that we
Yeah.
are literally creators of our reality, we can command it into our experience.
Mhm.
When we command it, then we go into another program. Well, I can't really command God to do anything, right? So then we have this whole guilt structure. We got all of that stuff going on in the background. But ultimately, we command it because all experiences have it takes a little while to grasp this, but I'll state it anyway. As a fractal of source, sitting
Mhm.
within source, projecting a piece into this experience called the third dimension,
Mhm.
that one piece is just one fractal. You guys have heard this thing called timelines and blah 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 blah. I got no clue what timelines actually are. I've heard 400 variations, but my personal current comprehension is that a timeline is both individual and collective. And what I mean by that is the Paul that said no to this, another version of Paul said yes,
Yes. Yeah.
and then it split off and split off and so forth. So all those
Yeah.
possibilities are being explored by who? Not by Paul, by Source. Source
Mhm.
is experiencing all possibilities through Paul, through Pamela, through Terry, through all of
Yeah.
us.
Mhm.
And so all possibilities exist all at once. This Paul that's in this experience, his responsibility is to dial in his vibration to match which one of
Each
those
one
have
of
already been
those.
done, which one of those have already been experienced. So the Paul that is as a multimillionaire and trouble free is already done, but I'm this Paul over here is the one who experiences lack, and the one that was programmed that you have to go through ABC on the outside to get to there. So
And all the time, all you need to do is just jump.
Just jump.
That's a jump.
But so then it's about
Yeah.
disassembling all the bullshit, all the programming, right?
It's so much. It's so much programming, though,
It's
Paul.
so much.
There's
How
so
do you-
much.
how do you
Even
show-
once you get to a certain level, you know, someone told me, and you know what? Spirit came to me the other day, not to interrupt you, because you are shooting some nuggets
You're on a
in
roll.
here. It's making me just, I'm right now. Not just be in love with the spirit of the word that people are speaking. I'm right there, you know. And I'm gonna tell you something. See, because I feel that way about you, it'll be the same way when people come towards me to hear me speak, or to hear Terry speak, or to hear Terry sing, or to hear me sing, or to hear you go forth. See, the whole thing was when I first started here, I said to myself, once I got awakened to a certain degree, I said, I want to bring all the masters together that have invested in me. And I want to bring them together and let them go forward and let them be. And so it hasn't even arrived to where I saw it in the dream yet. But it's going to go there. And the blast, the lady said it was like a thunderbolt. Let me give you a little bit. See, where I'm going, the only people's going is the ones that can deal with my vibration, and who more like the ones that worked on me. So as we already agreed to this in the chamber of the Akasha Records, that we would come together and help each other through this situation where there really is no struggle. It's just a lack of two things: our thought and our action to thought, then our word and our action before we say the word, which is the unsurety of it. Well, we already know. We already know. So why are we speaking the asset when the air is trying nothing but to reinvent the it's multiple possibilities. It's endless. You know, I've seen my wings. I've seen on this body, I've seen and felt them and seen them, and I was devastated. We're going to become like better than the superheroes, but it won't be the way they've depicted it. It'll be it's gonna be a totally different way.
Yeah, we're going in some very special places, but we're in the midst of some major shift, and it's important to realize that the more we go within, the easier it is to separate from the control mechanism that is everything outside. For the ability to manifest anything that we desire is only possible when we have the vibrational energy to do so. Not battery energy, but source creator vibrational energy, which all of us have 100% coursing through us at all times. We might only be giving 5% towards a preferred conscious manifestation, because the other 95% is being derailed through social media, boss, job, suffer, the wife, no love, no relationship, woe is me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All of the programming, your brain running to the past, the brain running to the future. Basically, the other 95%, the co-creation energy is just pulled in 95% directions. The subconscious mind, all the programming, is putting out a signal built upon what you were taught when you were born, and your conscious mind is saying, I want this, but subconscious mind is saying, you get this because this is what was programmed in. So in order to be a conscious manifester, we must do a couple things in a semi-orderly manner. Number one is recognize that anything external is changed internally, and internally meaning holding the predominant vibration of what you want, what you desire, what you intend. It must be predominant, not in that I'm going to hold it. I open my eyes. No, not like that. But in the absolute knowingness, in the absolute knowingness is not in the I. That's the big mistake. The absolute knowingness is just giving it to God, and because honestly, well, pardon my French, but how the F are we going to manifest that perfect relationship?
Exactly.
How am I going to manifest that perfect job?
That's why it's here, a soft place to land. You can say that word, because what are they going to do to me? What are they going to do to you, Paul? Not a damn thing.
Because we're taught to try to do it ourselves. If we can just truly say, I got no clue.
I agree.
I give all this to you.
I agree.
Not in the form of a wish and not in the form of a prayer. This is another mistake, because manifestation is literal as it gets. If I wish, then I am saying my radar is I want to wish more. If I'm praying, my radar is I want to pray more. If I know, my radar says I know. If I trust, my radar says I trust. So the giving up is not in wish or prayer, it's in a knowing and a trusting of the source as the other half of the equation. And we haven't been taught any of this. We've been denied these truths.
That's exactly what the problem was, not anymore. But they put us in these schools and made us run for honor rolls and had us whooped by our own parents to achieve this false illusionary system.
Anything that creates separation, compete, compare, black, white. Hey, I don't hate green people.
That is crushing us.
That's green people, Pamela.
Yeah, literally.
Absolutely.
It's just so the entire agenda is to keep you focused on anything except
what's in here.
Absolutely. And you know that I tell you, this is the truth today. And every day I ask for more inner strength to go within. That is my 100% concern with me and with anything about me.
I've heard this, that everybody's waking up, but I got a confirmation last night. One of my buddies from Sedona, I would never guessed him to wake up, just not in 1,000 years. He knows that he knows he's right. He was a Bible thumper for years, and and the Earth is only 6,000 years old, and it didn't matter any other proofs. And the list goes on, right?
Right.
It's flat. The Earth is round. Doesn't matter. There was always something that he was just stuck on it and immovable. But even he woke up. I had a conversation with him last night, very similar to this, and he was all on board, and he was coming up with his own perceptions, and I was like, damn, humanity is waking up. There's a going on.
It did say that we would see it. It did. It said we would see it. But like this Christian friend of mine, she's written many books, and I've offered her to come on to the Harmonic Crowns of the Multiverse. And I love the people that I've known for like 20 and 30 years. If they really look back, they remember how they rejected me. And I didn't get mad. I didn't yank them in the neck. I didn't, I just was a pious Christian. Like I told Terry, I think I was the best Christian because people, they got so mad at me for following the rules, and it got to the point where they would be so mad at me because I was following the rules, and then when I woke up, like it was 15 years ago now. Wow. I mean, I remember coming in my room after I got ordained as an elder, praying for 2 weeks, coming out mad, so mad. When I come out of my room, I just want to grab somebody. I went through anger in my awakening for a while, and that is a very difficult stage for a lot of people. But I think the conscious man is angry right now. The consciousness.
Yeah. Well, and this is the thing, though. If anybody, hopefully they can get through that quickly, because all of that is used to fuel what we don't want to fuel. You've heard variations of this, but in general, there's information that says, okay, which timeline are we going to choose? Meaning, Are we going to collectively move towards awakening and oneness and love and consciousness and service to each other and alignment to source? Or are we going to move towards selfishness and greed and corruption and the world where everything goes to fingerprints and eye scans and control of your money?
There's going to be 6 timelines, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to process with all that. But everyone consciously will choose their own timeline.
This is important, Pamela, to not define. Because if you
I don't think so either.
Then that's, when I say these two, I'm being very general, because one thing that I've learned is that there's 8 billion possibilities.
Yeah.
Or more. Or more. Yeah. I was just saying that to my friend. I said, what works for your body might not work for my body.
Right.
So if you eat something, you say, I'm eating this, and I'm watching you, and seems to me you're gaining more weight. Meaning that you said this is going to help you, and you can't fit your clothes. But when you were eating this, you were like 10 or 15 pounds lower. So each one of us, we drove in on our spaceship and got here, and we have to figure it out for ourselves. We can't listen to nobody else. That's what my spirit tells me all the time. Don't you trust yourself? Let me throw you a couple of bricks. Pow. And then
we have to learn and the part of that is the ability to discern a piece of information. I get a lot of good wisdoms from little snippets from different social media accounts, the little shorts, right?
I love them.
I'll just turn it on and a little snippet comes through and I'm like, perfect, right? Exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of little nuggets that way, and that's heaven delivering. So it doesn't mean it has to only come from within, but if our agenda, if we know that from within we make that creation, then the external world brings us things like that to validate you're going in the right direction. Go this way next, or you're going right here. Or sometimes we get to a point where we're at a precipice and we know there's something else, we just don't know what, and then the next piece comes like, that's what I needed. So, but that's how the external world brings that to us. Now, here's a piece of wisdom that I just got, like, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago. It's an internal insight, and it was for everybody. It was phenomenal, and I was like, damn. I have heard from all the masters, all the readings, we are one. Everything is one. Master Sha is the first one I've heard say this. Everyone and everything is here to serve. That's the first time I've heard that from a master, right? But I just like hitting the forehead, hit the ground. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Everyone and everything is here to serve?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that to me, right? I'm getting my ass kicked, and this person is definitely not serving me. And so what does that mean, right? Yeah, I finally got it just a few months ago. And here's what I got.
Okay.
It only came because of what I've already taught, which is that the external world is a result of what we create internally, because we have to be 100% responsible for our creation. 101%. So whatever is coming to us externally is literally our mirror. You've heard the world is a mirror to you, but no one, even I didn't get that until just recently. It's like literally the world is a mirror to us.
Yes.
And what does that mean? It's specific to everyone and everything is here to serve us. Everyone is serving me because they're literally part of my creation. So if they're saying a word to me that triggers an irritation and I blame them, I'm still stuck in the suffering. If they're saying a word to me and they trigger an irritation and I go, oh, look at my mind, ride the rodeo of irritation. What originated that? Well, that triggered this thought. That triggered this belief that was based on this and this and this. Back when if I pause and drill down on the origination of that trigger, that person didn't serve me. Everyone and everything is always serving me. But I have never actually comprehended that until I realized that literally everything outside of me is serving me by being a mirror to me, to assist me to detach from all the attachments of this mind, this body, the beliefs, the mindsets, the attitudes, the patterning, the I am this, I am Paul. That's not a master Paul. That's bullshit. This is just an avatar body. This is a vessel of experience on behalf of Source. Now, having said all that, I'm still here. I still got a wife. I still got a kid. I still got to pay bills. I still got to, I still gotta, and I still have the various struggles that other people have. The difference is the processing of them. That's the difference.
Exactly.
Right.
So if I can slow down the present moment enough, stop giving the mind control, because it has control anytime it jumps to the past, anytime it jumps to the future. If it is not a positive past or a positive future it's jumping to, it is usurping my power. It is trying to control something that it should not be doing, because the mind is not me. It is a tool that came with this avatar for the purpose of me using it to accomplish what I came here to accomplish, which is to become fully awake and aware and to serve others. And I have to pause and see the mind at work screwing up my life, see all the messages it's radiating out, co-creating what I don't want. The minute I can start pausing, watching it, witnessing it, saying, no, I refuse to give attention to that. Go away. I'm going to give attention to this. And that is conscious co-creation. And in giving attention to it, I'm not going to give more attention, because that's I. I'm going to state it as a command, give it to God, let it go, and then just focus on whatever is going to be the most enjoyment for me at that moment. And just it's monitoring the moments. So presence, living in the now, all the Eckhart Tolle stuff. I read all that, but it just, again, hit the floor and hit the ground, because it didn't have any correlation to enlightenment. It didn't have any correlation to what I do with it. It didn't have any correlation to manifestation. It didn't have a direct correlation to give half to God, just do your part. It didn't have any correlation to stopping suffering necessarily. It was just how to be in the now. If you get what I said and you go back and read it again, you'll get a whole new layer of wow. But it's pretty astounding. Now, a lot of this came from R.J. Spina. I mentioned his name earlier. He was an extraordinary master. For those that watch this,
R.J. what?
R.J. Spina. Yeah.
You're gonna have to send me that when you get finished, okay? Can you send me both of those masters that you talked
about? With the two, but yeah.
Hold on. I want to show you something. So, Master Paul, you can keep talking while I go get this. I'm gonna show you something, because when Master Paul and me were working together, he told me to buy some books. So, well, he didn't tell me to buy some books. He never asked me to do anything. He suggests or whatever. So anyway, I got the Soul Healing Miracles, and then I got the other one, the green book too. And in these books, you'd be surprised. They tell you that when you read them, you get a miracle, or a certain miracle. With each chapter, you get a miracle. Oh, I've been a little busy. I have so much material now, but I'm gonna bring this book out, because this book, it got me through. It got me through a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot. But I mean, I got so many tools now. I just got Project 369. I just got a lot. I got Manifest in 33. I got a lot of tools. I'm just a lot. But I'm a multi-reader. I can read 5 books at one time. So well,
you have a large Heavens team, so I'm sure that they're reading along with you, and then
of course, Terrell's over there. Terrell's alive. Yes. I have a great team. But I didn't always know my team. You know that. I didn't always know who was there, and my real language that I wake up speaking, and sometimes I'm driving and I'm speaking a whole nother language, a lot more now than I'm speaking that language a lot more now than,
it's we on this earth, we have so much stuff we're still going to go through, and we're in the midst of a semi-tumultuous time. So the possibility of aliens coming, I mean, the list goes on, right? There's just so many possibilities.
They're already here.
That's Project Bluebeam. That's never going to happen. But the real contact is going to.
It's already
I'm already having visitations.
Yeah, it's already going on.
A visitation of
it's not waking up everybody too.
Yeah,
because how stuck can you be to think that there's no such thing as life outside of this realm?
Oh,
it's just,
Well,
stuff.
I mean, they come and walk in my body sometime. I was doing patrol the other day. Now, I like to share because you know what? What you gonna do to me? I mean, you're not gonna pay my phone bill. So let me just say it. Um, Valerian
Yeah.
walked in me. He is a blue guy from Arturius, and he walked in me. His body, I felt it. His skin, I felt it. His collar to his outfit, I felt it. It was gold in his outfit and everything. I mean, he only did it for like about 15, 20 minutes, but he let me know, I'm
Is he ready to
here.
die?
Yeah.
Is he ready to die? Okay.
Yeah. And, weird things happen. Our bodies are changing. I mean, my phone does not recognize my face a lot. And sometimes, like I was telling her telling on my last podcast, I wake up and I lift up the covers and my body's shining white. It's really, we are turning the crystalline. And if you're praying like I'm praying, it might happen faster than the norm because I'm praying all the time. So, yeah, I mean, when I'm driving, I record prayers of myself praying. And then sometimes I'll pray with the prayer that I'm recording, and then I'll do it 3 times. And maybe when I'm coming home, I'll do another prayer 3 times, and when I'm feeling, able to do, because it takes a lot of energy to record those prayers. And then I'll do one. And I've got several of them now that I use, and they're not recorded perfectly yet, but they're recorded enough to the point where I'm getting the job done, because they knew that I wasn't going to have the strength through this situation to be able to speak it. They knew I needed those recordings to get me through. So I speak to myself ahead of time in space over there, and comes back to me and nourishes my soul while I'm going through the different channels of vibration. Yeah.
And I know that with children, the innocence of children that don't believe that they can't have, can't be, can't do. My son is one of those people, and I still learn from him. I've got a story with back in the day. I think he was maybe 2 or 3 years old. He wanted a race car because he was into NASCAR. He wanted a race car for his birthday. And my mom and I took him shopping, and he picked up a race car. She goes, "Oh, I'm not buying that. I'm gonna buy you things for educational things. You don't need that, right?" And so he chose a vacuum cleaner, a little toy vacuum cleaner, because he wanted to make friends with the vacuum cleaner. So fast forward, he drew a picture of a race car I'd never seen before, and it was not on NASCAR either, because there was no top on it. It was this, and I'm like, "Whoa, what's that?" And I showed it to my mom. She goes, "Oh, that's interesting." A week and a half later, I'm at a Buddhist meeting, and these people, they were going to be moving, and their son came to me and said, "Would your son like these box of toys? I'm going to get all new toys when we move." And I'm like, "Sure, okay." So
manifested that car.
Took that box home to him. On the bottom of that box was that race car. And I showed my mom. She said, "That looked like that car he drew last week." I said, "Yeah." So for him, no don't mean no. It's like, "Oh, okay, whatever. La la la."
It's just
la,
not
la,
coming
la.
from this place.
No.
Then he put it out there and haven't brought him to him over here.
Like la 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 la. Kept on carrying on his life as it was planned. And that car showed up.
He's a little manifester.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So yeah, that's as a whole where I think we're headed is to, because it is a conscious collective creation.
Yeah.
And
it is. I still believe there are going to be some of us though that just go ahead and go straight zoom past all the 3, 5, 4, whatever, and we'll just be like, because I dreamed it already. Because I dreamed it already. I dreamed it. I dreamed it. We was on clouds riding around. I was asking her, what am I dreaming? Why was the one I thought was more powerful shaman on the bottom, and the one that I didn't think that was that powerful on the top with me, we're riding around on a cloud? I asked her. I think I done written that dream down somewhere too. But I'm telling you, I didn't dreamed it.
Yeah.
And when I was 12 years old, or younger than that, I drew myself with all these eyes and all these hands floating all over the place. Didn't even know. And then as I was going through my awakening, they showed me my avatar, that I was a Bodhisattva, and that my skin was blue, and that I had eyes all over, and I used to lead people through life with my hands and my eyes. And so as I was in meditation, I said, well, where's my hands and eyes now? They said, right here. So you gotta watch your hands and eyes that's coming out of your mouth in this frequency in your body right now.
Yeah.
And the hands that I still have, these that are super powerful. Now, while I was watching you, Paul, your hands were throwing out violet fire. You sitting there circling, and I'm like, okay, keep doing that. Yeah, I need some more of that right there. Give me some more of that, because we don't even know the capacity of our abilities yet.
Yeah.
But other people can see the capacity of our abilities.
Yeah, just the ability to see is opening up for a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been able to do that ever since I was a little girl. But it's
freak out a lot of people too, depending on what they're focusing on. So, but hopefully,
we might not need any tools. But
because we are the tool.
It's okay to use them if they are being used for the highest purpose and nothing negative that is going to steal, kill, and destroy. Mine talks to me, opens my ears, gives me things. I can hear it talking to me. I can feel the frequency when it takes me up, and I'm like, So it's different things for different tribes, and
what their particular calling is too, what their particular part of the puzzle actually is.
As to
what the diet is, that's what the tools are.
I don't even have to be told. I already know. It's like you
already know.
But I do want something from you. Those calligraphy. I want to buy those calligraphies so I can put those on my wall. Now I know you probably have those made just for you. So you have to explain to me, if I need to get mine made, I will. And let everybody else know where to get their calligraphy made as well. A lot of people don't even know about calligraphy, but weird. One of the guys came talking about, he says, what are you, a medium? I said, no, I'm not a medium. He said, what are you, a wizard? I said, no. But anyway, he says, I know. He said, I can feel your energy. Then he started talking about, my name is Group. My name is Group. The the wood guy that was on the Group.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
what is it? Fantasy, whatever. Anyway, I said, no, I'm not a medium. I just sit there and look because he could feel. So now he comes down, and he's one of the bosses at my job, and he comes down and talks about fantasy. He wants me to engage, but I won't engage because I can't give my power away like that. Right. So he's doing it out of malicious. He's doing it out of malicious, and I'm not doing it out of malicious. I got to keep me sealed in and I'm telling you, when I see myself sealed in it, why is opal, the purple stone, my birthday, it's like my aura field is like an opal. It's like, it's just translucent. And I can feel when it go down, because I'll be like, what happened? What did you do? What do you need to do?
To answer your question regarding the calligraphies, anybody can go to mastershaw.com or drshaw.com, DRSHA, and they can go to the store there and they can locate individual cards that have different calligraphies on them. But to order the larger images, they're a couple thousand Canadian dollars for each one.
Wow. Wow.
But they do come specifically blessed, and you can use
Mhm.
them to heal yourself or others. They're quite potent.
Okay.
So
So what is $2,000? Is that in American money?
a couple thousand Canadian. It's like, I think it's 3,000 Canadian, so roughly 2,300 US.
2000.
Okay.
I'm gonna have
But
to
they're
invest in that.
they're framed, it's not like a no, no,
Oh,
it's a full frame calligraphy, and it's quite gorgeous, and there's real power in them.
I
That
already know just by dealing with this book and doing the calligraphies in here. Yeah,
yeah.
But like you said, 95% you get distracted, but not all the time. Sometimes people fall back to sleep and they wake back up, and sometimes they don't. So it's best to just stay on your journey.
So do you mind if I do a short calling to the manifestation on my site, and then you can finish up?
Absolutely, please. Yes.
Okay. So for those that are watching this and recording, if you'd like to know a little bit more about how can I become a conscious manifester, go to my website, wellspringoflight.com. And as soon as you scroll down the page, I think the second thing you'll see is an opportunity to get that program. I don't know.
And send her the link so she can put it on our page so people can just go straight to our page and hit your link.
Yes.
That's what we do. That's what we do when we have a podcast with a guest. We put their information where the people can just push the link and have sessions with them or whatever they need. So send the administrator, Terry, all the information, and she'll put it right on there when she posts this on YouTube and
on Facebook.
And on Facebook again, even though we're on Facebook right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So, Paul, do you want to do a meditation to send us out for something? I want to ask meditation regarding not struggle, but doubting your own intuition. We need to become stronger, our spiritual community, in trusting our intuition. I mean, I know some very powerful shamans and shamanic people that sometimes don't trust their own intuition. And you can feel it. If you're in the collective, you can feel it. And I don't judge, but I like to send that power out there to wipe that away so it can be a little.
Yeah, I was going to suggest maybe offering, maybe a 2-minute healing blessing for that.
That'd be nice.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
it. I'm sure.
Okay, well, let us know. Are you ready?
So I'm going to activate the healing field that's behind me.
Okay.
Dao Order, Dao Chang, Dao Calligraphy Healing Field. Please turn on. Please bless all those watching live on recording of this recording with Pamela and Terry to bless their awakening process, bring more joy, happiness, and gratitude and alignment to their soul journey, release attachments to their body, mind, and all of the external sources of stimuli, and go within so that they can trust themselves, their soul, and their heavens teams. Blessing for this request for all those, as mentioned, as appropriate, start. And as the light comes to each of you, simply relax and receive. I have healing transmission for voice, so I'll turn that on and then do a little mantra singing for you. There, my Dao song, Dao Dance Healer Soul, please turn on. Hey ya 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 yo ya yo ya yo hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya ya hey ya ya hey ya hey yo yo hey ya hey ya yo Ya hey yo hey ya hey yo ya yo hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya yo yo hey ya hey ya hey yo 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 hey ya hey yo hey ya hey ya hey yo 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 ya hey yo hey hey ya hey ya yo ya hey ya hey ya ya yo ya yo hey ya yo hey ya yo hey ya hey ya yo 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 ya hey ya ya hey ya hey ya hey ya hey yo hey ya hey ya hey ya hey hey ya yo ya hey ya yo hey ya hey 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 ya yo hey ya hey hey ya hey ya yo hey ya hey yo hey ya hey ya hey yo ya hey yo ya hey yo ya yo hey ya hey yo ya yo hey ya hey ya hey ya hey yo 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 ha 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 thank you thank you thank you.
Ooh,
Beautiful.
well,
That's beautiful.
you were amazing as usual.
Thank you for the opportunity to be with both you ladies. I appreciate that. Hopefully there'll be a lot of souls that have the opportunity to receive these insights.
Yes, there will be. And we will enjoy ourselves again because we definitely want you to be a part of the harmonic crowns of the multiverse. And we also want to make you an admin so that you're able to go on there and place your stuff on the harmonic crowns of the multiverse. So she'll send you all that where you'll be able to be an admin on there, be able to place your shorts on there, be able to put your information on there for people to come and this is a private thing. It's on Facebook, but it's not on the main Facebook. This is way away from Facebook. So that's what we love about it is like it's not on the like main feed. It's totally separate and it's good. And we like that.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna play my song. I never get to really hear my song, but it's okay. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. But I'll tell you, I'm learning it so I can sing it for myself. Y'all, here we go. First, we want to say thank you for coming and visiting the Harmonic Crowns of the Multiverse. We love you. We love you so very, very much. And we want to send as many blessings to you to feel all that you need right now because we know there's a lot of hopelessness out there. But if you just come inside yourself, you will feel the harmonic crowns inside yourself and they will just light up and multiple miracles will happen for you. I'm gonna let you know it's true. So here we go. Abundance, abundance in my body, abundance in my home, abundance in every corner of my life. I choose to have more freedom, freedom to move, freedom to dream, freedom to create the life I desire. I choose to have more beauty, beauty in what I see, beauty in what I feel, beauty in every simple moment. I choose to have last but not least, I want to thank Master Paul Fletcher. He is a great student of the knowledge of the oneness of the Christ consciousness, guiding us in our life and giving us exactly what we need on a daily basis. Please check him out on what is it? Instagram. Check him out on Instagram as well as all his other major. The links will be right down at the end of our thing today. I guess the technology just wants to mess up, and it's okay. I'm not going to be mad about it. But we want to say goodbye to you, and we hope to see you here next week. We're going to have the Ankh guy on, and he builds copper ankhs, and he also has his own spiritual modalities that he's bringing on. I don't know why my song wants to give me this hard, but here it goes. I'm giving you a little bit more of my sweetness. Pamela out. We love you, and have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Hope it did it. Okay, it's off. Good. Okay.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was nice. That was a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. I love his energy.
That was very fun. Yeah, he was. Did we have a lot of visitors or no?
There was one. I didn't get to look at everybody. Let's